Mary Wilson was an American singer. She gained worldwide recognition as a founding member of the Supremes, the most successful Motown act of the 1960s and the best-charting female group in U.S. chart history, as well as one of the best-selling girl groups of all time. The trio reached number 1 on Billboard's Hot 100 with 12 of their singles, 10 of which feature Wilson on backing vocals. Wilson remained with the group following the departures of the other two original members, Florence Ballard and Dinah Ross, though the trio disbanded following Wilson's own departure in 1977. Wilson later became a New York Times best-selling author in 1986 with the release of her first autobiography, Dream Girl, My Life as a Supreme, which set records for sales in its genre, and later for the autobiography Supreme Faith, Someday We'll Be Together, continuing a successful career as a concert performer in Las Vegas. Wilson also worked in activism, fighting to pass truth in music advertising bills and donating to various charities. Wilson was inducted along with Ross and Ballard into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988. Mary Wilson was born March 6, 1944, to Sam, a butcher, and Johnnie Mae Wilson in Greenville, Mississippi. She was the eldest of 3 children including a brother, Roosevelt, and a sister, Kathy. The Wilsons moved to Chicago, part of the Great Migration in which her father joined many African Americans seeking work in the North. But at age 3, Mary Wilson was taken in by her Aunt Ivory, Ivy, and Uncle John L. Pippin in Detroit. Her parents eventually separated and Wilson's mother and siblings later joined them in Detroit, though by then Wilson had come to believe Ivy was her real mother. To make ends meet, Wilson's mother worked as a domestic worker. Wilson and her family had settled in the Brewster Douglass housing projects, a housing project in Detroit where Wilson first met Florence Ballard. The duo became friends while singing in their school's talent show. In 1959, Ballard asked Wilson to audition for Milton Jenkins, who was forming a sister group to his male vocal trio, the Primes. Wilson was soon accepted into the group known as the Primettes, with Dinah Ross and Betty McGlone, who lived in the same housing project with Wilson and Ballard. In this period, Wilson also met Aretha, Irma and Caroline Franklin, daughters of the pastor at her local Baptist church. Wilson graduated from Detroit's Northeastern High School in January 1962. The Primettes signed to Motown Records in 1961, changing the group's name to the Supremes. In between that period, McGlone left to get married and was replaced by Barbara Martin. In 1962, the group was reduced to a trio after Martin's departure. The Supremes scored their first hit in 1963 with the song When the Light Starts Shining Through His Eyes, and reached No. 1 on the pop charts for the first time with the hit Where Did Our Love Go?, becoming their first of 12 No. 1 singles. By 1964, the group had become international superstars. In 1967, Motown president Berry Gordy changed the name of the group to Dinah Ross and the Supremes and, after a period of tension, Florence Ballard was removed from the Supremes that July. Cindy Birdsong was chosen to take her place. The new lineup continued to record hit singles, although several stalled outside the top 20 chart range. Ross left the group in early 1970, and at her farewell performance Jean Terrell was introduced as the replacement for Ross. According to Wilson in her memoirs, Berry Gordy told Wilson that he thought of having Syreeta Wright join the group in a last-minute change, after Terrell had already been introduced as lead singer, to which Wilson refused. With Terrell, the Supremes recorded 7 top 40 hit singles in a 3-year period. 1. River Deep, Mountain High was a collaboration with the Four Tops. Other recordings by the trio which charted include Up the Ladder to the Roof, Stoned Love, Nathan Jones, and Floyd Joy. Of these releases, only Stoned Love reached a No. 1 status, unlike the latter years with Ross. However, all but one of the hits, Automatically Sunshine, succeeded in reaching the top 20 charts, with 2 breaking into the top 10. During this period, Wilson contributed lead or co-lead vocals to several Supremes songs, including the hits Fly Joy and Automatically Sunshine, and the title track of the 1971 album Touch. In 1972, Cindy Birdsong left the group following marriage and pregnancy and was replaced by Linda Lawrence. The group's popularity and place on record charts dropped significantly. For the first time in a decade, 2 singles in a row failed to break into the top 40, including the Stevie Wonder penned and produced Bad Weather. Discouraged, Gene Terrell and Linda Lawrence both departed in late 1973. Scary Payne was recruited from a group called the Glass House. They were signed to the Invictus label, owned by the Holland Dozier Holland songwriting project.